So here we are with example 2, and this time we've got the number of banks in the United States for selected years from 1980 to 2005 can be modeled by that equation, where x is the number of years after 1980. We want to find the slope and the y-intercept, and so this is actually on the easier side. The equation is already done for us. So again, we do have example 2 here. Our equation is y equals negative 416.454 plus 18,890.75. And so we are asked to find the slope and the y-intercept, and so hopefully we're able to do that. I did forget to put the x on there after that 4. So good, now we've got that. So the slope is this right here. And the y-intercept, or the initial value, is that right there. And so what does the y-intercept tell? Or let's go ahead and name these. And so for A, the slope is negative 416.454. And the y-intercept is 18,890.75. Part B, we've got what does the y-intercept tell us? The y-intercept is 18,890.75. It's impossible to have 0.75 banks, but the y-intercept tells us how many banks there were at the beginning. And in this case, the beginning was 1980. So I'm going to say there were about 18,890 banks in the US in 1980. And we are going to interpret the slope as a rate of change. And so in this case, the slope is negative, which means that the number of banks is going down. So the number of banks in the US is going down by about 416 banks per year. So there are a lot of banks that are closing their doors as time goes on since 1980. And why is the number of banks decreasing is the last question there. That one is sort of up to your imagination. There's nothing really scientific about that other than maybe the fact that people are doing a lot more banking online and this sort of thing. So banks are not necessarily as important as they used to be, whereas before it was online banking didn't exist. But I would say online banking is probably one of the major reasons. I can even cash a check now by just taking a picture of the darn thing. So that's it for example 2. We'll be on to the next.